The following is an exclusive presentation of Cablevision local programming. TV that's close to home.
Coming up on Cablevision's Neighborhood Journal, we find out how businesses and schools reduce food waste. And then we see how a boxing club keeps kids off the streets. These stories and much more next on Neighborhood Journal. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Cablevision's Neighborhood Journal. I'm Joanna Tower.
And I'm Damian Riley. Well, Joe, autumn has finally arrived and it is the perfect time to enjoy what our local farms have harvested.
It is gorgeous. And here at Conklin Farm in Montville, you can head out to the pumpkin patch right behind us and choose from hundreds of different kinds of pumpkins in all different shapes, sizes, and colors.
Family owned and operated since 1916, Conklin Farm provides a safe and friendly environment for children of all ages. And picking your own pumpkin from the pumpkin patch is an activity that everyone loves and never forgets. Kids can also visit the animals and play a variety of games. And don't forget to snack out with a fresh cider donut, cold drink, hot cider, and much more. And now, in our first story, we see how a boxing club helps keep inner city kids on the right path.
When you picture in your mind a safe haven,
Come on, that's not gonna cut it.
a place where the dangers of the city streets are left behind, where you're nurtured and taught the lessons of life,
Put them hands up. One.
you might not think of the dimly lit basement of the Salvation Army on Springfield Avenue in Newark, where boxing is the vehicle to keep kids out of trouble.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
For years now, Ali Muslim Kwawi has fought his way through life. Sent to prison 3 times in 20 years, he has now turned his life around, taking in kids from the city
We like a family in this place.
to keep them off the streets.
I'm like a father figure, and he's a role model. And I thank Almighty God, the Lord, that He got me here to do this because we got to save our youth. Our youth are dying on the street left and right.
Ali knows this firsthand. His son died on those streets.
Saving them like saving my son. You know what I mean?
Vernell Richardson is the envoy here at the Salvation Army. He donates the space to Ali and the kids.
People's lives can only change when they have help. And Salvation Army has been in the business of helping since back in 1889. And so that's why we do it. Why I do it is because I've gotten help from the Salvation Army.
Saving kids through boxing is not a new idea. And maybe it's been around so long because these young people learn more than just how to fight.
One thing I know they learn is respect. The other is discipline. And the other is to be responsible for yourself. And those things are very important in life. Because if you don't have those things, then you'll run in the opposite direction of what you should be doing.
See, back in the days that we had camps and stuff. We had after-school program. We had gyms that we could go to. These kids don't have that.
Respect,
Look at me.
discipline, responsibility.
I love that.
Maybe it's groundwork for their future.
I see hope. I see hope. I see hope for a future. I see hope for people that won't end up dying on the streets, but will have a chance at doing something that will change their lives.
And for Ibn Ali, it's about his future just as much as theirs.
Looking at these kids like giving it back like to my son. And that's what I'm more focused on. I'm looking at them like my son. And I love them. I really do love them.
For more information on Ibn Ali Boxing Club in Newark, call 973-819-5554. They're in the Salvation Army basement. With the recent efforts to reduce food waste, companies and schools are going green to save green. Here is our next story.
In the United States, we generate 31.7 million tons of food waste each year. There is little to no awareness of the damage caused when sending food waste to landfills.
Me personally, I like to eat a lot of food, so I'm not too choosy with types of food or whatnot, but for the most part, I am aware that a lot of people do waste food on a day-to-day basis.
But in the kitchen at Bergen Community College, tons of food waste is being diverted. By implementing on-site solutions, the rocket is helping Bergen Community College save money and, more importantly, reduce tons of food waste and levels of greenhouse gas emissions.
The process is very simple. Food waste is segregated at the source in the kitchen. So we separate all food waste from everything else. We put it in buckets. The buckets are carried into the rocket. It has an inlet at the top of the rocket. So we open the inlet, we put a bucket of food waste and a bucket of wood chips. That's the right combination, 50 and 50%. We need carbon and nitrogen. We get the carbon from the wood chips and the nitrogen from the food waste. And it takes 2 weeks to go from one end of the rocket to that other end. When the food waste is already composted, basically falls by gravity into that green bag. And that compost, we just need to let it cure for an additional 2 to 4 weeks, and then it's ready to put back into the green areas. We reach temperatures high enough that we can kill pathogens. And that's why we can put everything inside the rocket. We can put fish, chicken, meat, dairies, everything goes into the rocket. So that's why it's a very, very simple technology.
And in the dining hall and throughout the campus, the friendly staff are helping students better understand the food recycling process.
What I do is I tell them where it belongs and where it's at, like where to put the garbage, the recycling, and the compost that we compost here.
Well, I think it's fantastic that, one, students are getting involved to create a better environment, to be more sustainable, to prepare for the future. And it's also good just fostering a sense of responsibility that these students can take away from it.
In New Jersey is one of the most expensive states in order for you to get rid of your garbage. So all of that that gets composted is now eliminated from the waste stream. So we probably save on the order of between $500 and $1,000 a week at the college just in carting costs.
Bergen Community College is New Jersey's largest community college and one that takes great pride in the environment. And this year alone, the college has received a total of $120,000 in grants for sustainability projects.
Here at Bergen Community College, they applied to the New Jersey DEP for a grant. They were fortunate to get that grant to help them fund this in part, and that's one of the reasons why this is here. It's an ideal system for schools because the learning opportunities for the kids. You can download data from the rocket so that kids can understand what's happening inside the system.
The environment is extremely important to us. We are a part of it as we are nature itself. I'm extremely passionate about what we're doing here.
Students have put up a beautiful community garden, so we bring that over, but students aren't very hopeful these days. They look at the state of the world and they wonder, what's going on. And I think this school and PJ and people like these students give people hope.
You can do it! As a senator before, I actually helped with Professor Whelan, and we helped put this forth. We helped bring in the biodegradable utensils and plates and everything into the cafeteria. And now this is evolving into something bigger than we ever even expected.
We all live in this world and we have to save it. We can't just throw the garbage all over the place. And even though you throw, like say, diapers, plastic, it's not going to dissolve forever. I mean, it's going to sit there. So people understand that you can recycle the food and then it's going to be for the future generation. As long as we understand that, you're here to save the world. I mean, we can do this.
NAF Sustainable Solutions can help you understand the facts, consequences, and solutions to treating food and oil waste. If you are interested in learning more, go to natradinghouse.com or call 212-729-0757.
Well, we have to take a short break.
But don't go anywhere because there is so much more to see.
Coming up next, Joe's Jersey Eats premieres with a trip to Franklin's Franks. This segment and much more when Cablevision's Neighborhood Journal returns.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, it's my Social Security statement.
Oh, gosh, how are we going to retire on that?
Never fear, young savers.
It's Savings Man.
You need to save more. You'll need this.
Oh, the ballpark estimate worksheet.
That's right. Get it at choosetosave.org and find out how much you'll need to save for your future.
Gee, thanks, Savings Man.
No, thank you.
So visit choosetosave.org and stay tuned for more Savings Man.
The inability to breathe, snot pouring out of your nose, it's a real hairy business. As a firefighter, I'm a student of the weather, and I've noticed that there's a change that's occurred in the last several years. We're having many more large and damaging fires. Sometimes thousands of fires will occur. If the climate changes and we don't have the water we need, California could dry up and blow away.
This is Cablevision local programming, TV that's close to home.
Welcome back to Cablevision's Neighborhood Journal.
We have been hanging out right here at Conklin Farm in Montville, where you and your family can enjoy pumpkins, hayrides, and so much more. Think you've got a good sense of direction? Well, there's no map, so maybe you better grab a compass before you try taking a tour through the giant winding corn maze. There's only one way in and one way out. And if you like games of chance, then you have to take the Slingshot Challenge. It's a great day on the farm for the whole entire family.
And now we are so excited to introduce to you a brand new segment to our show.
That's right. This segment is going to be great because we are going to be traveling around the state of New Jersey finding the most fabulous eats. Ooh. And of course, I will be on hand with my fork to sample it and see what it's all about.
Wow, well, my mouth is watering already. You folks at home, get your taste buds ready because here's the debut of Joe's Jersey Eats.
It's summertime. The grass is green, the sky is blue, the sun, man, it's beating down on you. All you want to do is call out from work and go to a ball game, but you know what? You can't always do that. So you'll settle for the next best thing, a classic ballpark weenie, piled high with ketchup and onions. Fabulous! But there's just one tiny problem.
You live in the mountains. So what do the people in Sussex County do when they're craving a weenie?
Franklin's Franks has the answer. I'm gonna get a hot dog.
This small hot dog joint just off of Route 23 serves up fat, juicy, pushcart hot dogs with a variety of toppings and sauces to the hungry folks of Sussex County.
Texas wieners. The best around.
Hey, so I heard you have the best dogs in town.
Yeah, Joanna. Neighborhood Journal, how are you?
That's right, the locals sent me up here because you have the best potato dog in town.
Yes, we do.
Why?
Our potato dog, we've been making it since 1958. It is the best topping on a hot dog that you could imagine.
Well, I'm gonna have to try one in order to believe that.
Absolutely. Come on back, I'll show you how we do it.
Will do. Okay, and are those buns steamed? Because I like men with hot buns.
Oh, yeah.
You know that.
Oh, yeah.
I love the look of this too. The layout is pretty sweet. You got the dogs, you got everything moving. It's like a big assembly line pretty much.
Yeah, well this is the way they do it in the old style. It's the old way to do it. And then you got the old mustard stick.
Lovely.
We also use all spring water to boil our hot dogs, so like that you get the purest ingredients that you could get.
That's what makes them so great.
100% beef, these hot dogs, and you'll be able to tell once you bite into this guy. So I'm gonna make you the famous potato dog.
I'm ready for it. I need those carbs, that's for sure. That'll keep me going. And you are piling it high with potatoes,
oh, yeah.
huh?
We're giving you.
All right, let me add it,
So let's recap. Made in spring water, all natural beef franks, homemade toppings.
Man, this hot dog is so good. The creaminess of the potatoes, the snap of the hot dog, the warm hot buns. I mean, this is amazing. This takes me back to going to the ball game with my parents. Taste triggers fond memories. The next time you grab a dog in the big city, you might just find yourself thinking back to Franklin's Franks. Do you know a place to get fabulous Jersey eats? I want to know about it. Send me an email at clp2@cablevision.com and make sure to include your favorite dish.
And now, in our next story, we meet a man who takes great pride in pampering his mums.
Back in July, 40,000 jeweled beauties are planted in meticulous rows.
Well, my favorite is my room. Those are the burgundy.
Watered twice a day.
I make the irrigation like that, this one. So that house direct for the pot.
And long for a perfect temperature of 70 degrees.
No, then I like too cold.
And when fall arrives, it's hard not to regret the passing of summer blooms and embrace the goldens and ambers of the hardy chrysanthemum.
So that end of July, I started planting the little blocks.
Dulman Segura takes pride planting the hardy chrysanthemum here at Depero's farm in Montvale. He says it's a lot of work behind the scenes, but it's all worth it in the end.
Move everything. I plant everything inside and then later move everything outside. This is ready at the first week of October, so that will make it bloom. So those is the pink color, so those is bronzy color, the next behind you.
After 2 weeks of the plant being in the pot, Dulman pinches the tiny stem, meaning when the little stem starts to grow, you take it off. Pinching develops the bud and creates a round shape.
Well, this is just a different varieties. Well, different name, the mums. All different mums have a different name. So that was a different color. So that has so all the I grow and it has at least 15 different colors.
As an old-fashioned farm in the heart of North Jersey, Depero since 1924 has been a tradition for many families seeking out all their needs for fall accents. Mums aren't the only guilty pleasure they take part in. But wait, back to the precious mums.
Every year I sold everything. Thank God, it's good since I moved here. I'm selling all of my customers. They buy continue every year. For the popular, the more is the red and the red and orange. Those are the more people like for movie selling.
Whether you give them as a gift or use them to spruce up your yard, mums will ease your transition from the crisp autumn air into the warmth of the holiday season.
For fresh cut mums in Bergen County, visit Depero's farm in Montvale. Give them a call or visit their website for more information.
Coming up next, young garden sprouts learn about nature. This story and much more after this short break.
Some dogs fetch and roll over. Some dogs take you to Spain and shopping for refrigerators. Help you get through grad school, start your own business, go on hikes in the Grand Canyon. Some dogs you trust with your life every day. Being partners with a guide dog is having the freedom to do what you want in life. Nothing more, nothing less. And with your help, nothing need ever change that. Call 1-888-884-DOGS or visit guidedogs.com.
There's just something about being outdoors.
Getting away from everything.
My family camps. We just love it.
But there's this bug. It's killing the trees.
The emerald ash borer beetle has destroyed millions of trees.
It lives in firewood.
You move firewood, you spread the beetle.
I promise not to move firewood.
To burn it where I buy it.
I promise.
Will you promise?
Learn more. Go to stopthebeetle.info and promise you won't move firewood.
You're watching Cablevision local programming, TV that's close to home.
welcome back to Cablevision's Neighborhood Journal. We have been picking gorgeous pumpkins here on the farm at Conklin Farm in Montville, New Jersey.
That's right, if you have little goblins at home, you may want to try bringing them here for some exciting Halloween fun.
I like this white one.
Yeah, me too.
Here at Conklin Farm, young kids and families can enjoy scenic hay wagon rides around the farm, while the older, more daring thrill seekers can take a haunted hayride tour of the unknown. But don't be too frightened, it's just good old-fashioned Halloween fun. If you survive, then you can take pictures with the character cutouts and farmyard decorations. Well, I'm trapped here in Montville, New Jersey. Why don't you take a ride to the streets and neighborhoods of Demarest for our latest edition of Our Town? A little help, crew? A little help?
Carnival rides, pony rides, food and drink, giant super slides, and live entertainment. Looks like fun, right? What would you expect to pay for this kind of family fun? $15? $10? What if I told you all this was absolutely free? For the people of Demarest and their surrounding towns, the annual Demarest Day event costs them nothing. But this year, it came close to not even happening.
Frankly, the program was in jeopardy of definitely being downscaled, if not canceled. And we reached out to the community, and the response was overwhelming, frankly.
Donations from residents and area businesses eventually totaled over $20,000, but that is not the response the mayor got when rumors of cancellation began to circle.
Some were a bit irate. Some, pleaded to have it continue as a tradition.
A tradition that has only been around since 2005, when Demarest Day was created to address the town's need for community spirit.
A lot of our residents work in Manhattan or in the tri-state area. So they're at work all day, they come home, and unfortunately they're not spending a lot of time together. The thought was, let's develop a program that's going to bring everybody together that would appeal to all ages, from our youngest children to our seniors.
It seems to be working.
I think it's a testament to the program, that the program has been a success. Having grown up in town, on that day I see residents that I don't see all year long. Residents who have lived in the town and grown up in the town have moved away. They actually come back.
My aunt and uncle are Demarest residents. They live right up the block, so we feel very privileged to be able to enjoy in this day with them.
I've talked to some people, and they didn't even actually know their next door neighbors. And because of this event, they got to know their neighbor by name.
I think it definitely has a sense of community. It may have maybe kind of got a little misled a few years, but it's always been a great town. Fantastic. Wouldn't live anywhere else.
Even Senator Cardinale wants in on the fun.
This was a great day. God was good to us. The rain did not come down yet, except for a few little drops.
So move to Demarest now, and not only will you get a great town to live in, you'll also get, free of charge, a Demarest Day to remember.
And now, in our final story, we see how young children are introduced to nature and the environment.
For 40 years, they have supported and promoted the development of the Frelinghuysen Arboretum and other horticultural facilities of the Morris County Park Commission. And thanks to the Friends of the Frelinghuysen Arboretum, various programs, like this one for the kids, is realized.
These are kids who, even though they're growing up in the suburbs, maybe they're not exposed to this type of thing, and they're more afraid of things like the bees and the butterflies. And here we try and sort of rope them in and get them interested and understand how important they are.
I've been coming here since my 6.5-year-old was about 2, and we've been doing the classes here with Miss Gwen. And they're just a really nice introduction to nature and gardening and really just learning to enjoy nature.
Designed for the budding nature explorer, the Arboretum offers a series of programs that will spark their creativity and curiosity.
I think the programs we offer here, especially for children, are a way to get children outside. It allows them to see plants and nature in action. and get a little outside time. We try to take them outside as much as possible all year round.
They read about it, they learn about it, but they see it in reality, so that reinforces it all. And I find my granddaughter, when we go home, she'll recognize things. I'm sure she'll be saying, well, there's a monarch butterfly instead of a butterfly, because we love nature and pay attention to it a lot.
A lot of the schools now don't have a nature program, so this is a good way to start the children, to get them to appreciate it and bring them out to enjoy it. I feel that's the reason why it's important. If they can come out and experience the Arboretum is here, they can walk around, see what's here, learn about the plants, learn about the insects they find. If they don't get that in their neighborhoods, if they don't get that in their school systems, they could definitely come down here and appreciate it.
Through their continued commitment and volunteer efforts, the Friends of the Frelinghuysen Arboretum foster and develop public awareness, knowledge, and enjoyment of horticulture and the natural world. And perhaps these young students will continue the tradition for years to come.
They are the next generation. They're the stewards of the environment, and when you start them with an interest now and a love of the environment now, chances are they'll be more supportive of it when they're older.
We hope that they learn the importance and how to appreciate it, so that when they grow up and they get to be older, they learn how to take care of it and be part of it.
For more information on children and adult programs at Frelinghuysen Arboretum, or for upcoming seasonal events, you can just log on to morrisparks.net or call 973-631-5004. Well, I don't know about you, but I have had a great time here on the pumpkin farm.
Me too, and now it's your turn. Come on out for some good old-fashioned fun at Conklin Farm.
Conklin Farm in Montville is open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. now throughout October 31st. Pick your pumpkin or find hundreds of painted pumpkins, gourds, Indian corn, and Jack B. Little pumpkins in their barn store. Browse an assortment of fall decorations, including a wonderful selection of colorful mums. Pick up a fresh baked pie or take home some of their farm fresh apples and apple cider. For more information on class trips or birthday parties, just give them a call at 973-400-9460, or you can go to ConklinUPick.com.
Now, before we go, let's take a sneak peek at what you'll see in our next show. Coming up in our next edition of Neighborhood Journal, get ready for a Halloween Fright Fest as we take you behind the scenes of the most chilling haunted attractions. Meet the most caring cemetery crypt keeper and search for a young lost soul. These stories and much more in our special Halloween edition of Neighborhood Journal.
Now remember, this is a show about you and your community.
Do you have a story idea? We'd like to hear from you. Contact us at 201-644-2700 or email us at clp2@cablevision.com.
Well, that about does it for this edition of Cablevision's Neighborhood Journal. We want to thank everyone here at Conklin Farm in Montville for teaching us a thing or two about these gorgeous pumpkins.
That's right, and the next time we meet, we will be at the historic Mount Pleasant Cemetery in Newark, New Jersey for our Halloween Spooktacular.
Oh goodness, this should be interesting. Well, thank you so much for watching and keeping it close to home.
We'll see you next time.
You're watching Cablevision local programming, TV that's close to home.